Welcome to Enjoy Learning Computer Science. Hello everyone. In this session, let's solve Section C and Section D of CBSE Sample Paper 2024-25. Let's dive into the topic quickly. Section C consists of 3 questions and each question carries 3 marks. You have some internal choices also. So question number 29, there are 2 questions. You have to answer A part or B part. Okay. So A part is write a Python function that displays all the words containing at CMail from a text file emails.txt. So emails.txt text file is not given. So you have to assume that it consists of some text or words which contains at CMail also. So I have created a text file like this. Don't try to access whatever it is. It has at CMail, at CMail, at CMail 3 types. Okay. Now this consider this as a text file. Now you have to write a function, Python function. So def, okay. So you have to write a Python function which displays all the words containing at CMail from a text file emails.txt. Let's write the program. Let's write the code, okay. So first thing is we have to open the text file. So f is equal to open. The name of the text file is email.txt. Okay, so I am giving email.txt. Name of the file should be given within quotes. In which mode we are going to open? We are going to read the content of the file. That's all. We are not going to write anything. So it is read mode, right? So this is done. Now I want to read the entire content of the file. I am giving s is equal to, so I am assigning to a variable. So f dot name of the file object dot read. Let's try to print what is yes now. Then you will understand. You can see it is reading the entire content of the file. Now I want to divide this content into word by word. Okay. So how to split a string? This is a string. Okay. This is a string. You have to divide this into word by word. Which function is used to divide it in word by word? It is split method. You can use split method. So I am going to use split. So W is equal to S. Whatever I have read, it is in the variable yes. So s dot split. Split function, I am giving print W. You can see, so word by word. Split will give you the entire output in a list. So you will get list of words. Okay, split will give you the list of words. So here I didn't give any split operator or any character I didn't give. So it is splitting after a space. By default it will split with a space. So first one is Tom tried. Now I want to access word by word. So first I want to take the first word and check whether at CMail is present. If it is present I have to display. Otherwise I have to go to the next word, next word, next word and so on. So I want to access word by word. So I am giving loop for I in W. Okay. I am just giving print I. Let's see what happens. It will print all the word by word. I don't want to print all the word, right? I want to check if, what is the question? The word containing at CMail. Okay. You have to print only the word containing at CMail. So if at CMail in I. That means if this particular substring is present in the string I am checking. If at CMail is present in I, then I will print what? Print I. What is I? What is I? So this is, first I is Tom. Okay. First I will check whether at CMail is present in I. No. Next one. It keeps on going. And when it comes here, it is present here. So this one should be printed. That one will be printed because I am giving print I. So this is the program and I am giving f dot close. Okay. Now control S F5. You can see the word which contains at CMail is printed. Okay. So first open the text file, read the content of the file, split it into word by word. So use split function. The split function will give you a list of words. It will inside the list all the words separated by comma. Then iterate one by one word and check whether @cmail is present in the word. If it is present, you have to print it. Otherwise, nothing should be done. So if @cmail in I, print I and close the file. Very simple, right? Let's move on to the next program. Part B. Write a Python function that finds and display all the words longer than 5 characters from a text file. More or less like the previous program. So you have to open a file words.txt. Let's open that. So I'm going to make changes here. It's a words.txt. Okay. So next I want to read the entire content of the file. You can see here. So finds and display all the words longer than 5 characters. Okay. Let me check my words.txt file. Open. Yeah, it is here. So this is my words.txt. Okay. Now, okay, I have opened. Now let's read the file. Okay. f.read and assign it to a variable so that it can be used later. Okay. Now I want to split it. Right. Split the content of the file because I want to check word by word, divide it into word by word and check the length of the word. If the length of the word is more than 5, you have to display. Very simple. So let's use split function. F is equal to s dot split. What is s? Whatever you have read, that content will be stored in s. We are splitting that. You will get a list of words. Now iterate all the words. For I in W, if the length of each word is stored in first, I will take the first word. The next iteration, I will take the second word. So, if len of I is greater than 5, print I. That's all. Now, let's close the file. Don't forget to open and close the file. Okay? Done. Control S. F5. You can see all the words which has more than 5 characters are displayed, right? So first, if you want to read the content word by word, use split function. The split function will give you the output in list. Split will give you the output in list. Okay. So you can see here how is the marking scheme. Half mark for correct function header, because in the question it is clearly asked write a Python function. When it is asked to write a Python function, please use function header. And then opening, half mark for correctly opening the file, half mark for correctly reading the file, half mark for splitting the text into words, half mark for displaying the desired words. So if you are opening and closing the file properly, and then you are defining the function header, 1 mark you are getting. You are reading and splitting, another half marks you are getting. So you will get marks for each step. So please, even if you feel the question is very tough, try to open, close, read the content, what is the output, everything you write step by step. Definitely you will write the correct answer. Okay. So we have done with question number 29. Then 30. So 30th question is stack, 3 marks. So from stack portion you will get 1 question for 3 marks. You have internal choices for stack also, right? Okay, let's see the first question. You have a stack named book stack that contain records of books. Okay, so book stacks. So what is the name of the stack? Book stacks. It is stack will be in a list format only. So we are implementing stack using list only. So your stack will be in list. It contains records of books. Each book record is represented as a list containing book title, author name and publication year. Okay. So you have a stack, you have a list. Inside the list, you have a list contains book title, author name and publication year. So it is nested list. Okay. Write the following user defined functions in Python to perform the specified operations on the stack book stack. Okay. So the name of the stack is book stack. So which contains already some records. Now you want to push some new book in the book stack. This function will take the stack, book stack and a new book record as arguments and pushes the new book record onto the stack. So you should understand what is the name of the function is given in the question. Push book, book stack, new book. Always make sure if the name of the function and the arguments are given in the question, please use that function name and the arguments. Do not make any changes. Okay. So here push book, book stack is already given. So let me give. Okay. Let's try to create a book stack. Okay. First. Okay. Book stack equal to, I'm just giving 1 second. Okay, so I have created already a book stack, otherwise it will take long time to type. Okay, your stack will be like this. This is a nested list. You can see this is your first list, internal list, which contains the name of the book, the author and the year. And the next list, name of the book, author and the year. And the next list, name of the book, author and year. So this is your list. Okay, this is a nested list. Now you want to push. So create a function definition. It is already given in the question. Push book, book stack. This is what it is given in the question, comma. You are going to add a new book. So I am writing everything as it is given in the question. Okay. Now, which is your stack? So how will you push? Push is nothing but adding an element to a stack. Here, since it is a nested list, you are going to add a list to the stack, book stack. So what is the list name? You are going to add an element. It is book stack. So book stack dot append. Adding an element to a list function is append. So append. What are you going to append? You are going to add a new book. Okay. You are going to add a new book. So let's see how we are going to add a new book. So this is my book stack. Okay. So I am just getting a new book from the user. New book equal to eval of enter a new book. Eval of input of, okay, enter a new book, right? So once I'm getting, now let's see F5. I want to call the function also, right? So what is the name of the function? Push book, book stack, comma, new book. Correct. Save F5. So it is asking enter a new book. So I am giving a new book. Maybe Wings of Fire I can give. Wings of Fire. That is the name of the book. And author is Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Comma. Here is, okay. So this is the list I am giving. Okay. It is added. It is not showing because I didn't print anything. Okay. Let's try to print the book stack. Then you will understand. Print book stack. because we have added the new book to the book stack only, right? Book stack is the name of the list, nothing. So I'm giving F5. So it is asking, I'm just copying and pasting. Okay. So you can see already there are so many books. Along with that, Wings of Fire, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, 1999. The book details which we have added, which we have entered last, is added at the end of the list. So append is used to add one element at the end of the list. So to push an element in a stack, always use append, because we will be using list only. Your stack will be a list. You will be adding an element to the stack, which is you have to use append function only. Okay. So this is done. What is the next part of the question? Push is done. Now it is pop. So pop book stack. So this function pops the topmost book. Topmost is the book which you have added at the end from the stack and returns it. If the stack is already empty, the function should display underflow. So let's write. So def pop book. Okay. Pop book. Name of the stack you have to give inside book stack. Okay. Now we have to check whether it is empty first. So if book stack equal to empty list, or you can write if len of book stack double equal to 0. Both are correct. Print underflow. If it is empty, no elements to remove, so you have to write underflow. You have to print an error message underflow. When there is no element, when the stack is empty, you cannot remove an element, right? So we have to write underflow. Else, if it is not empty, you have to remove the last element which is added from the stack. So what is the name of the stack? Stack is nothing but list, okay? The name of the stack is book stack. That dot, you have to remove the last element. So which method is used to remove the last element of a list? Pop. Okay, this will remove the last element of the stack. Maybe we can print also. Print the element which is removed. Okay. Now I don't want to add a new book now. I'm giving an, I don't want to push also. Okay. So control S. I want to call the pop function. So I'm just copying this. Okay. You can see the element is removed. So because Wings of Fire last we added. So the your list contains only 2 books. The last one is removed. Okay. So we have removed a book from the stack also. Now what is the next question? Next part of the question. It is peep. Okay. Peep. What is peep? This function should display the topmost element of the stack without deleting it. So you have to read the content of the stack and display the topmost, which is the last added element should be displayed. And if the stack is empty, the function should display none. Let's see. So I'm going to write a function peep. Okay. Def peep stack book okay. I'm sorry, book stack. Book stack. And then what you have to do? The same thing. It's empty. Else. Okay, if book stack is equal to empty, if it is an empty stack, I have to print none. Am I right? Yeah, it has to print none. That's what it is given in the question. So I am printing none. Okay. If it is not done, not null, that means if the stack is not empty, you have to print the last element of the list. How will you print the last element of the list, which is -1? So if this is a list, for example, you can have a list 0, 1, 5, 8. What is the index of the last element? We don't know. Forward index is 0, 1, 2, 3. Backward indexing -1, -2, -3, -4. So when we use negative index, from the right side, the last element has the index always -1. So let's give else print, okay, book stack of -1. That's all. So now let's call the function also. Control S. So enter a new book, it is asking. So I am just copying and giving the same thing. Okay. So you can see Wings of Fire, that was removed. The last file was this one, the Alchemist. So the last added file, so this is appended first, and then when we were popping, the last book we have added is Wings of Fire. So that is removed, and after that the topmost one will be the Alchemist. Okay, so you should understand. So if this will be your stack like this, so this is first element will be added, second element will be added, third element will be added. When I am using pop, this one will be removed, and then after removing, which one will be the topmost element? The second record. This is how a stack works. So if in a list, so if you have a list, I'll show here. Okay, so 5, 10, 15. If I'm adding an element, that will be added using append method at the end of the list. Okay, now when I use pop, that is push, when I use pop method, you have to remove an element from a list using pop method. The last added element will be removed. Now peep is display the last element of the list without deleting it using the index -1. This is how this program works. Hope you must have understood. So no marks for function header, as it was a part of the question, because the function header, everything is given clearly in the question. So if you are not using that one, maybe marks will be reduced. So please use the function header as it is given in the question. For all the body of the function, you will get marks. B part of the question, write the definition of a user-defined function push even, which accepts a list of integers in a parameter n and pushes all those integers which are even from the list n into a stack name even numbers. Then you have to pop, then okay, fine. Now look at this. Example is given. First read the example and then read the question. You will understand very clearly. If the integers input into the list values, so what is the name of the list? Values. Okay, this values contain a list of integers. It consists a list of integers. Then you have to create a stack. The name of the stack is even numbers. The name of the stack is even numbers, which should contain the numbers, the even numbers from the list. So 10 is an even number, so that will be pushed inside your stack, even numbers. And then 5 is not an even number, so it will not be pushed. 8 is an even number, so it will be pushed to your stack. 3 is not an even number. 12 is an even number, so it will be pushed. So you have to read the values of the list and check whether it is divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2, you have to add it to the stack, which is known as even numbers. Very simple program. Okay. And then you have to pop even. That means from the stack which is created, you have to remove the topmost element, which is the number which is added at the last. Okay. And while you are removing, you have to check whether it is empty or not. If the stack is empty, you have to display the function empty also. Okay. Let's see. Let's write the program for this. So the name given was def push even. Okay, n. So first let me create a stack, even numbers. The name of the stack given was even numbers. Okay, so let's create an empty stack. Okay, so this is your list, this is your stack. Here only we are going to add the even numbers. Now I want to all the all the integers will be stored in a list called n. Okay, so I want to iterate for I in n. Okay, if I is divisible by 2, how will you find out modulus 2? So when the remainder is equal to 0, if the remainder is equal to 0, it is even number, right? So I have to add that number to the stack called even numbers. So even numbers dot append. What I am going to append? The number I. Okay. So even numbers is the stack. In that stack, I will add the number which is divisible by 2. That is an even number. Okay. So it is added. Now, I am just returning the value. Return even number. Okay. So this is done. Next one is pop. Def pop even. Right. Now, first we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. So if even numbers double equal to empty, print underflow. Okay, the same for all the stack programs, the same procedure. You should know what is append, what is pop. That's all. Okay. Then else part, I want to pop. I want to remove the element from the stack. What is the name of the stack? Even numbers. Correct? So even numbers dot. How will you remove from a list? Pop. The last element will be removed. Maybe I want to print the last element. So if you want to print, I can give print even numbers dot pop. So this is also done. Now, what is the next part of the question? You have to display. Write function display even. Okay. So you have to write a function called disp even to display all element of the stack without deleting them. If the stack is empty, the function should display none. Okay. So now I am going to almost the same thing only. So I am copying and pasting. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So name of the function is disp. What I have to display? The stack. Stack is even numbers. Okay. So even numbers is equal to empty. Here I have to print none. That is the only difference. Else part. If it is not none, I have to print the list in reverse order. So I am giving print. Okay. Print even numbers, the name of the stack. I should start printing in reverse order. What is the last index? -1. But from the reverse, I'm not giving the ending index, so that from the back side, from the right side, it will print all the characters towards left, and the step value is -1. So this one will print the reverse, print the list in reverse order. Okay. So let's try to execute this program. So I'm just trying to give values is equal to eval of input of. For while you are writing the exam, you just write the 3 functions. No need to write all this. This one I am trying to make you understand clearly. Enter a list of numbers. Okay. Now even numbers is the stack list equal to push even values. So I'm calling the push even function. This is your push even function with the values which I'm receiving, and I'm storing it in even numbers. Okay, and then let's try to print even numbers, then we'll understand. Okay, now so push function is called, we have to call the pop even function, pop underscore even, then display also, DISP even numbers. Control S F5. So it is asking a list of numbers, so I am giving a list of numbers. Four, 8, 10, 13, 3, 7, 16. Okay, you can see this is your stack. Okay, this is the even numbers which is created, and then when I'm removing, when we use pop, it is removing the last element. So 16 is removed. Now after removing, your stack will be 4, 8, 10. So when we use display function, it is displaying the list, the elements of the list in reverse order, because the last added element should be the top of the stack. So 10, 8, 4, right? So when you are displaying, you have to display the stack in reverse order. So -1, colon, colon, -1. Hope you must understood. Okay. So here also half mark for identifying even numbers. Which even numbers identification? This one. If I modulus 2 double equal to 0 and you are finding out the even numbers and adding it to a stack, you are getting half marks for that. And then half mark for correctly adding data to stack. So identification for checking, you will get half mark. For adding it to the stack, you will get half mark. Half mark for removing the last element of the stack correctly. Half mark for checking the condition whether it is empty or not. Half mark for correctly displaying the data with none. Half mark for the function call statements. So please make sure you are writing all the things which are asked in the question. Write the proper answer for all the parts which are asked in your questions. Now question number 31. Predict the output of the following code. Okay, now listen. D is equal to apple, 15 banana, 7 colon. Okay, fine. Now I want to explain this by executing clearly, then only it is easy. So we have to create a dictionary. D is equal to apple, banana, cherry, 15, 7, 9. Apple, colon, 15, comma, banana, colon, 7, comma, cherry, colon, 9. So this is your dictionary. First, let's learn how to access the keys separately, how to access the values separately. So if I am iterating for any variable in D, okay, if I am printing I, so what it will print? The keys or the values for any variable in the dictionary D. It is small d. The dictionary D, print I means it will print the keys. Look at the output. It prints the keys. Suppose I want to print the values. So you have to give print the name of the dictionary D within square bracket, specify the keys. You will get the values. Got it? So if a dictionary is given, you should clearly know how to access the keys or how to access the values. If you know that, half of the question can be answered easily. Now you can see for key, first they have given str1 is equal to an empty quotes. Okay. So str1 is equal to empty string. There is nothing inside the string. Now for key in D. So this is your dictionary. Key will access the keys of the dictionary one after the other. So first key will be apple. When key is apple, your string 1 will become string 1. What is string 1? It is an empty string plus string or str of D of key. So D of key means your key is apple in the first step. So what is D of apple? It is 15. What is str of 15? That will be your string. So you are adding 15 with it. Plus @ symbol plus \n. That means your first line will have, this is empty, nothing, 15 at, and \n will move the cursor to the next line. So your first output will be 15 @. Okay, now this is done. Now we are going to the next. For next key is banana, right? Now str1 is equal to, right? So you have already str1 is there. Along with that, what is the next character? str1 D of banana is 7. So 7 at \n will be printed in the next line. Correct? Similarly, the next one, cherry. So cherry is, the next key is cherry. The corresponding value is 9. So 9 @\n will also be there. So this is your string created. Let me execute and show this, then you will understand better. So I don't want this now. str1 is equal to empty string was given. Okay. Now for key in D, str1 is equal to str1 plus str of D of key. Okay, D of key string. We are converting the value to a string, plus @sign. Okay, and plus \n. This is the line. Okay, now I want to show you, print this str1. Control S. I don't want this. F5. You can see 15, first one, second one, everything is printed. So let me print outside. Now you will see what is your str1. So this is your str string 1. Okay, 15 at 7 at 9 at. There is a \n. Okay, there is a \n. That's what it is coming to. There is an empty line also here. So 15 at \n. That means it will come to the next line. 7 at \n coming to the next line. 9 at \n. There is an empty line. So here the question is not over yet. Now str2 string 2 is equal to str1 of :-1. That means starting index is not given. What is the ending index? -1. Ending index -1 means the \n. You have a \n. Consider you have a \n everywhere. So what is the last index? -1. Okay, str of :-1. That means from the beginning, from colon means starting is not given, ending is -1. So starting will be from the first one. What is the ending? \n, which will not be included. So your output will be 15 at 7 at 9 at is the output. I'll show you. So here I'm taking this. String 2 is equal to str1 of starting index not given, ending index -1, ending index will not be included. So I'm giving print str2. So now you can see the difference. Here a space is given. Here a space is not given. That is not included. That is the last character backslash and that is not included. So your output is 15 at, 7 at, 9 at. Okay. So the R part of the question is line is equal to 4, 9, 12, 6, 20. For I in line, for I in line, I'll explain this very simple. So this is your list. Line is a list. For I in line means I will iterate the elements of a list one by one. So first value of I is equal to 4. When I is equal to 4, J will take all the values. What is J? J ranges from 1 to I modulus 5. 1 to I modulus 5. What is I? 4 modulus 5. What is 4 modulus 5? 4. Okay. 4 modulus 5 is 4 only. So when you cannot divide 4 by 5. So the remainder itself, it's 4. There is no quotient. The remainder is 4 itself. So 4 modulus 5 is 4. Okay. Now, so I takes the value 1, 2, 3. Since 4 is the last value, 4 will not be included. So when J is equal to 1, it will print J hashtag end. So that means 1 hashtag. End is empty, so the cursor will stay here. When J is equal to 2, it prints J hashtag. That means 2 hashtag. When J is equal to 3, 3 hashtag. Okay. 3 hashtag. That's all. Because J has 1, 2, 3 only. After that, after executing the this inner for loop, the next one is print, empty print statement. That means the next output will be in the next line. Okay. Now, what is the next value of I? I is equal to 9. Okay, the next value of I is 9. When I is equal to 9, J takes the value 1, 2. What is 9 modulus 5? The remainder is 4. Okay. So the same thing will be repeated. But so J takes the value 1, 2, 3. So the same thing only. So the same output will come here also in the second line. Now what is the next value of I? Now I takes the value 12. So when I is equal to 12, J is equal to 1, 2. What is I modulus 5? 12 modulus 5 is 2. So 1. What is the ending value? 2, which not be included. So J has only one value 1. So when J is equal to 1, 1 hashtag. So the next line is 1 hashtag. And there is a print statement. So it will come to the next line. So next value of I is 6. Okay. So what is 6 modulus 5? 1. So starting value and also 1. Ending value also 1. So nothing will be there. No elements will be there. So there is no output. Now 20. The next value of I is 20. 20 modulus 5 is 0. So here also nothing will be displayed. So your output is this one. 1 hashtag, 2 hashtag, 3 hashtag, 1 hashtag, 2 hashtag, 3 hashtag, 1 hashtag. So you look at the marking scheme. 1 mark for each correct line of output and deduct half mark for not printing a hashtag. Okay. So this is the answer. So let's let's solve the section D part in the next video. So thanks for watching. Hope you must have understood the concepts clearly. We'll see the remaining sections in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe for further updates. Bye-bye.